contact. They can't get it to him. They get it to Wayne instead. He drives. He hits! He hits! With 2 seconds left! 1.2 seconds left!
Extreme folly, ecstasy, enthusiasm. Such was the scene earlier today at Assembly Hall as Aurora Christian advanced to the IHSA Class A Boys Basketball Finals on a last second shot. You never know what might happen again here tonight. The Boys Class A Basketball Championship live from the Assembly Hall here on the campus of the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana. It'll be the Eagles against the Pioneers for the #1 billing in Class A basketball. Hello again, everyone. Glad to have you back here. The big game that everyone's been waiting for. #1 ranked Aurora Christian against the upstarts from Normal U High. Let's take a look at where these two teams are from here in the state of Illinois, and of course Central Illinois and up near the Chicago area. The map of Illinois, and now we lead you into the streets of the two respective towns. First off, for the visitors from Aurora Christian, we take you now to the city of Aurora via our country company's town footage. Aurora is a blue-collar community about 45 miles west of Chicago along Interstate 88. Aurora is home to Illinois' School of Math and Science and Aurora Christian, whose first graduating class wasn't until 1979. The Eagles joined the Illinois High School Association less than 10 years ago and will be making their 4th trip to Assembly Hall since 1989. And now let's take you just 50 miles from here down the streets of Normal, Illinois via our country company's Main Street Video. Located in central Illinois, Normal is home to several major corporations and universities. Diamond Star Motors is one of Normal's newest residents, along with longtime IHSA TV sponsor, Country Companies Insurance. There's Illinois State University and Redburn Arena, the new home for the girls' state basketball tourney. The U High girls last week captured 3rd place in the girls' Class A tournament. The boys hope to at least do as well this weekend. So it'll be the Eagles against the Pioneers for the Boys Class A Basketball Championship. And we'll preview that game when we return to Assembly Hall after these words from one of our network sponsors, Ford. At the table for our Boys A Class A Championship game, let's send it over to center court, our play-by-play announcer, Jim Holbeck.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Good evening, everybody. This all started in late November, and now we're down to 2. At my side is Greg Sterick, and one of those 2 is the #1 rated Aurora Christian Eagles. When they have to, they go to their main man, Joe Man.
And he's been awful tough in this tournament. The last 2 ball games, he's had 19 points in each game this afternoon. A big 19 points for his ball club. He can do it from the inside or also from the outside, and does a great job at running the floor. Great dish right there. He's so strong going to the glass. A little leaner there. Nice kiss off the glass, and a 2-pointer for Joe Mann.
Don Davidson has been coaching the Eagles for 18 years. Let's get his pregame comments with Joe Passion.
Coach, you've been able to establish tempo in your wins earlier, so has Normal U High.
Right.
How do you try and offset that to make it work into your hands for the championship game?
Well, I think both teams are interested in an up-tempo game. So I don't think that'll be a difficulty, and they don't have the overwhelming size advantage that the other teams have had down here against us. So we're hoping we can utilize our quickness along, and I know they're thinking of utilizing their quickness too to have an up-tempo game. But I think tempo has been a huge part of our 2 wins here.
U High is young, and they have 3 Hubbards, 1 on the bench, 2 on the floor.
Well, the 2 on the floor are the seniors in the starting lineup. They're the senior leadership of the ball club, and they're going to need that for victory here. Talking about Nathan Hubbard, a 15-point per game scorer, and also when you look at DJ Hubbard, he had 14 points in the ball game this afternoon. So they combined for 29 points. A good look there at Nathan Hubbard, a big basket there for his ball club, the Normal U High club.
Let's hear from the senior Hubbard and Joe Passion.
Against an Aurora Christian team, Cal, that likes to shoot outside, does a lot of things. How do you see the best way to offset their strengths and turn the game in your favor?
Well, I think we have to see if our quickness can give them a little bit of problem in the full court game, and we have to really fight them hard on the boards because they're a little more physical than we are.
It is time to crown a Class A state champion. Let's get it on after these local messages.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the starting lineups for tonight's state championship game, featuring the Eagles of Aurora Christian entering this game with a record of 32-1, and the Pioneers of University High School of Normal entering this game with a record of 28-3. At forward for Aurora Christian, a 6'3" senior, number 35, Joe Mann. And at forward for U-High, a 6'4" senior, number 25, DJ Hubbard. At the other forward for the Eagles, a 6'2" senior, number 45, Nathan Thompson. And at the other forward for the Pioneers, a 6'4" senior, number 35, Nathan Hubbard. At center for Aurora Christian, a 6'4" senior, number 51, Josh Wayne. And at center for U-High, a 6'4" sophomore, 43, Kevin Jones. At one guard for Aurora Christian, a 6'3" senior, number 25, Brad Punk. And at one guard for Normal U-High, a 6' sophomore, number 11, Jeremy Stanton. At the other guard for Christian, a 6'1" senior, number 15, PJ McKinney. And at the other guard for U-High, a 5'9" sophomore, number 33, Jonah Batumzi. And introducing the head coaches for Aurora Christian in his 18th season is Don Davidson. And for U-High, in his 6th season at U-High, is Cal Hubbard. Your officials for this state championship game are Randy Remington of Princeton.
Well, let's take a look at the starting five. We've mentioned the Hubbards and then the sophomores.
Well, you talk about Jones on the inside and Stanton and Batumzi in the backcourt, two outstanding sophomores. You look at Aurora Christian, Mann and Thompson's forward position, Josh Wayne at center. You got McKinney and Punk, outstanding guards also. This is a toss-up ball game. Both these ball clubs very evenly matched.
Here's our team comparisons brought to you by American Eagle and American Airlines Cargo, when you need your package delivered today, not tomorrow.
Field goals, both ball clubs the same. 3-point edge to Aurora. Free throws to Aurora. Rebounding equal, size equal, but then you have the quickness, and I think you have to give that to Aurora Christian.
Normal U-High has not had a close game in the second season. Their average margin of victory has been 22 points. Cal Hubbard says, I didn't think it'd be this easy. One of these days we're going to have a close one. Then we might not know what to do. Of course, he was just kidding. The tip goes down to Punk, and he'll find the glass, but too hard. And Batumzi rebounds.
Excuse me, a good job of Jones getting back, though, on the defensive end.
The jumper from the side is there, and down by, you know who, Joe Mann. Check it, that's Nathan Hubbard with the basket as we get our lineups together. Nathan Hubbard, of course, the son of Cal Hubbard. The other Hubbard out there, DJ, is the nephew.
It's that 1-2-2 zone defense by U-High.
This is Mann. This is not there, and the rebound comes down to Hubbard, as in Nathan. Neither of these schools has ever won a state championship in basketball. That drought will end this evening. Driving down and getting it taken away is DJ Hubbard. And up comes PJ McKinney. Mann loves that right wing, doesn't he? He stays over there all the time. Josh Wayne gets it back over to him. If you missed our semifinal game this afternoon, what a game it was. That man, Josh Wayne, won it in the final 2 seconds, and now he's got a 3 on the board for Christian Aurora. Batumzi kicks it back out to Hubbard. Too hard. Neal can't get it. And the rebound comes down nicely to Nathan Thompson.
Thompson a good job on the glass. He had some big shots, too, in that semifinal ball game this afternoon. 2 big threes.
Thompson won't get this one to fall. Fighting for the rebound, and coming out of there with it is Jeremy Stanton, one of the sophomores. His pass across the lane is broken up nicely by Wayne. And out comes PJ McKinney for the Eagles.
Not a good decision that time by Stanton. Really didn't have the numbers, really tried to force the issue.
Both these teams riding 15-game winning streaks. Punk, count it. Brad Punk, who came in tonight with 83 three-pointers, adds another one to that total. 3 sophomores on the starting 5, and they're in the state championship game, and a foul out front on P.J. McKinney. And if you don't know anything about Aurora Christian, that man, P.J. McKinney, has replaced the injured Mike Smith, who broke his arm in the regional.
Aurora Christian ranked #1 in the final poll, finished 4th in 1990. Last title for City of West Pike was Aurora.
Stanton gets it over, and Hubbard will drive, won't get the roll, however, and coming down with it is Punk. Just underway here in the first quarter. The third-place game went the way of West Pike over Olivet. Punk cannot shake free. He'll come up top. McKinney left alone. Will he make him pay?
Popped another one. Knocked down another one. 3 threes for Aurora Christian.
And coming into tonight, they hadn't been that hot from beyond the arc. They had only had 9 in the first 2 games down here in the Elite 8, but suddenly they have 12 in total.
But they made 234 on the year.
Yeah, so they're used to it. Stanton to Nathan Hubbard. You watch U-High basketball, you've heard that name quite a bit, not only from the bench, but also his brother played. Nathan's did. Neal back in 1992, a team that finished 4th. That three-pointer not there.
Good job of man to keep the basketball alive, and Aurora Christian on the attack.
If you want to beat a tough defense, of course, Cal Hubbard loves to run that zone along the baseline. Man kicks it back out. Punk is wide open. 4 3-pointers for Aurora Christian.
Boy, they're just really knocking down that outside shot. It's a 1-2-2 zone, and U-High not doing a good job getting out, checking the threes, and Aurora Christian out early with a 12-2 lead.
You know Don Davidson loves that. Stanton, nice move, won't get the roll, however. Nathan Thompson with the rebound. McKinney will wait for his mates to set up the offense. I was talking about that zone that Cal Hubbard loves to run. He says, I'm a Bobby Knight philosopher. I don't like man-to-man. I think it's overrated. Up top, this one won't fall. But Tumsey with a nice rebound, and he can run the floor, as you can see, over to Stanton. Back, and he lost the handle. That would have been an easy 2, but Tumsey lost the handle. They worked the break to perfection, but could not finish it off. In the middle, Thompson is tripped up as he goes upstairs, and that will be a shooting foul, more than likely. U-High ranked #5 in the final regular season poll, taking on numero uno tonight. And of course, the time elapsed between second place finishes, that's quite a bit there, 1918 and 1992. There's a good look at Nathan Thompson, one of the seniors on Don Davidson's team. That man has won 359 games at Aurora Christian. You think he counts it? He'll count this one, I'll tell you that. He'll remember 360 if it's on his side of the board.
What a good start by Aurora Christian. A great start. Boy, when you knock down that shot from the outside, it's going to bring that zone out a little bit more, and then look for Mann and Wayne to work on the inside.
Jones has gone out for Normal U-High, and Jason Nafziger has checked in wearing number 55 in the yellow. That was him inside trying to get the pass. The breaking it up was Stott, and now he is fouled from behind. Matt Stott, a junior, just checking into the ball game. Boy, U-High just can't get the ball inside.
Well, I think you have to credit the defense to Aurora Christian. They're doing a good job putting a lot of pressure on the passers, especially Batumzi and also Stanton. They're having some problems picking that defense and kicking it inside.
Aurora Christian is on fire from beyond the arc, and U-High needs to stop that. One of your network sponsors is Country Company. Well, you can't play the game without these guys. They got the big call tonight. Here's another jumper from the corner, and Mann has another three-pointer. That is 5 on the night for Aurora Christian.
And a 16-0 run for Aurora Christian. They're on top 16-2.
Down the lane goes Stanton, off the knee with the basketball, but Tumsey couldn't handle it. Now, this is not unusual because in the super sectional, Aurora hit 10 of 22 three-point attempts.
Well, they're 5 of 8 here to start the basketball game. U-High 0 of 2 from three-point territory.
Cal Hubbard's defense has been so good for so long, all year long, but tonight it's getting stung from outside. Nathan Hubbard needs it, doesn't get it. Rebound, Nathan Hubbard back up, doesn't get it again. but he'll get 2 charity tosses for his efforts.
Nice effort by Nathan Hubbard that time. Really stayed with it nicely. Missed that short jumper on the baseline. Good job following his shot and a strong move back up to the glass. As you'll see right there, Hubbard a good ball fake right there, and as he goes up strong, hacked across the arm, Hubbard's going to go to the line for 2 free throw opportunities.
And of course, this will be his last game at U-High, but it will not end the string of Hubbards playing for the coach, because there's an 8th grader named Seth. Guess how tall he is already, 6'4". I asked Cal Hubbard, so is he going to be the best? Oh, yeah. He'll be the best, he said. I'm sure Neil and Nathan don't like to hear that, but the young man will have to prove it. The free throw is there, and that ends the long run by Aurora Christian. Well, we've seen teams come back from big deficits in this tournament. Shelbyville did it last night against Alleman, a 15-point deficit. Came all the way back, only to lose in the final 3 minutes. Julian Harrell is in the ball game now for Aurora Christian. He's a lefty. He wears number 53, only a junior.
Jason Graff in the ball game too for U-High.
Graff wears number 15. Wayne having trouble. He was pinched. Punk got it back. Look at this defense by U-High. And now finally they work it to man, who comes right back out front, almost picked off. Harrell goes down inside to Wayne, and he walked with the basketball.
See, the defensive pressure was there by U-High. Aurora Christian been able to get the ball down the floor so quickly, Jim, that U-High really hadn't had a chance to set up and get any kind of a trap. They moved the ball so quickly that it's given them some open threes.
Kurt Olson with the basketball up top now to Graff. They work it around, wide open for the jumper. Nassiger can't get it to fall. There's Hubbard again, lost the handle, and here comes Aurora Christian. 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Big lead and a foul out front on Jason Graff.
Well, Wayne's so strong on the inside, and Aurora Christian, once they're able to grab that rebound, all their players can really handle the basketball. They don't really have to look for the outlet pass. They can put it on the floor and go ahead and get into the breaking type of a situation.
Man, the All-Stater, setting up top now with the basketball. His brother also played for Aurora Christian. Punk fakes it. There's a wide open attempt by Stott. It's going to be short. Hubbard with a rebound. And Kurt Olson wisely scrambled after it when it went off the back of Jason Graff. DJ Hubbard, too hard.
Christian 45, Nathan Thompson.
Nathan Thompson checking back into the ball game now for Aurora Christian. There you get a good look at Cal Hubbard, who has a bad foot right now. No, he didn't stomp the floor after a bad call. He dropped a ping pong rack at school on his foot. He thought he broke it, but no broken bones, just some broken pride. But he's here, and he'll be standing tall if his team can come back. Minute and a half remaining in the first quarter. Pump too hard. Rebound. Fought for. Thompson had it and kicked it off to Man. Man open. That's not there. Rebound is heading out of bounds. It was a contest between Harrell and Olson. Olson said, hey, I was shoved out of bounds, but he's not going to get that call. All the noise you hear in the background. They're doing the wave at the hall. Harrell can deal down there, but he's too far along the baseline, and now out front is Thompson. His shot is contested, and it comes down to U-High, that goes out of bounds again off the men in yellow.
Aurora Christian, good job, though, moving the basketball against that very tough 1-2-2 zone defense. Good look at the veteran coach, Cal Hubbard, in his 6th year at Normal University.
I think that shot showed what he thought in the first quarter. Yeah. Down the lane is Thompson, and he's fouled.
Well, Thompson, we saw that replay there. Thompson, the shot from the outside, looked like maybe he was even fouled on the shot. And Aurora Christian, very quick with the basketball. I like their quickness, and they do a good job keeping the floor spread. And Thompson, a good job finding a seam and a nice cut to the basket. And Thompson was fouled on the play, and an 80% free throw shooter on the year. And it's going to be Nathan Thompson at the line.
Hubbard's having a conversation, and I think Nathan Hubbard wanted a minute of rest on the bench, or at least his dad wanted him to have a minute on the bench, because Jeremy Stanton, the sophomore guard, is checking back in. There you see the son of the coach. Well, there's a lot of coaches' sons who end up at the state tournament, aren't there? It's called you are what your atmosphere is. If you grow up with it, you just learn the game better. Thompson will try to make it a 50% trip, and he does. Boy, who would have thought that U-High would only have 4 points with a minute left in the first quarter, and now a steal attempt turns into a foul for Nathan Thompson.
The game very physical, very, very physical. Good look there. Aurora Christian coach Don Davidson in his 18th year of coaching.
Just at this school, he's been elsewhere. He's earned veteran status by now, I think. Olsen trying to shake free up top, but there's nothing there. Stanton waiting for a cutter. Olsen will fire. They need that. They don't get it. 3 Aurora Christian Eagles crashing.
Yeah, nobody on the boards for U-High. Nobody at all on the glass.
Davidson says, let's wait for one, guys, unless we get a back door. Or maybe Harrell free, but he doesn't get the shot to fall. Julian Harrell was in close. Thought he'd try it. 17-4 our score. Aurora Christian on top. Hubbard, they're just off the mark here early. Ball is fought for, out of bounds it goes, off of Jason Graff and U-High.
U-High very cold shooting the basketball too from the floor. They're only 1 of 10 from the floor. As hot as they were this afternoon, now they're just as cold.
Kevin Jones checking back into the ball game. Another one of those trio of sophomores that start for Cal Hubbard, but as you've noticed in the early going, he's got a bench to deal with. Time is of essence. Wayne, it'll count.
It will count.
Josh Wayne ends the quarter as it started for Aurora Christian on a high note. Brother, it's a 15-point hill that U-High has to climb. We're returning to the second quarter after these local messages.
Well, not only is the excitement of Assembly Hall a big impact on the fans that have come out here, but so are IHSA merchandising. They've been going like gangbusters, doubling sales every day they've been out here. Now, there are cards of all sorts, historical cards, kids who have competed in the three-point showdown, as well as the dunk contest, as well as some of the great players from the past. Hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts. They've got them all, and they'll all be available here at Assembly Hall for the AA tournament next week. Back to you, Jim.
Thanks, Joe. Another misfire for U-High. They have started off cold, and they haven't gotten off the snide. This is not the biggest first quarter margin in a title game. St. Mel led Chrisman 30-8 after one quarter back in 1985. 15-point lead. Harrell busting in, kicking out, and now a loose ball. Let's see who comes up with it. Man, tiptoeing along the line and get it over to Punk.
You see the shooting percentage. U-High's only shooting 1 of 11 from the floor.
Thompson misfired, and coming out of there with it is Jeremy Stanton. Suddenly he's got the numbers. He kicks it off. And a foul? No foul, just a big block. Jason Graff went up, and the ball went into the band.
How about Josh Wayne as he hits that bucket to close the first quarter right there. A great lean-in shot. Boy, he hit the game winner this afternoon, and now he hits a buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter for his ball club. Jones looked at it. He doesn't shoot a lot. Nice feed. And to the free throw line will go Kurt Olson after hitting the deck pretty hard. U-High knows one thing. They've got 3/4 of basketball left to play. And in sports, if something goes wrong, forget about it. Nice delivery there by Stanton on the play right there. Graff up with a shot. A great block that time by Nathan Thompson. A great block. Well, just a hustle play, too. Hustles to get back into the play, and then he makes the block. Olson has only been at the free throw line 15 times all year. He has made 10 of those, but that shot did not show the form of a 66% free throw shooter. That'll go. A school enrollment of 253 for the young men in red, Aurora Christian. Punk played a lot of today's semifinal game with 4 fouls, but he stayed the whole way. Down low to Harrell, and it's knocked away.
As you watch that U-High defense, Cal Hubbard says this is not his best half-court defense, but it's my best full-court defense. They can run the floor fairly well. That's what Batumzi is doing and scoring.
Nice play that time with sophomore Batumzi. Slipped in between two defenders. Uses his quickness very, very well. A big two-pointer. 7 for U-High, 19 for Aurora Christian. One of their second field goal. They were so hot this afternoon. They shot 60% for the game in their win, 91-67 this afternoon.
Yeah, Cal Hubbard's not used to 91-point games from his offense. He just doesn't play that style of basketball. Top again, it's man. The All-Stater puts another 3 up on the board. It's 22-7. Almost a steal by Thompson. Thompson's really, he's got the complete package, doesn't he, Greg?
Well, if you look at this Aurora Christian ball club, they're very, very balanced. All 5 on the floor, a good job of passing the basketball. They can all shoot it from outside, and they're really doing a good job against that zone defense, that 1-2-2.
Talk about your scoring balance. Aurora schools, of course, as you see, coming up empty in championship games. Maybe not tonight, the way this thing has started. Let's talk about balance. This ball is getting away. That was not a pass. It simply got away from Thompson, and here comes U-High. Stanton. Batumzi will get it to DJ Hubbard.
Aurora Christian gets it done on that defensive end, too. Very explosive offensively, very solid defensively.
Stanton hanging and hitting. Jeremy Stanton, the sophomore who averages 8 points a contest, showed good body control that time.
I think if you're U-High, you just got to keep chipping away at that lead. Plenty of time, you know, not to panic.
Hey, if you're down by 6 at the half, no problem. That could have been a problem, but it comes out as man finally misfires from 3. Stanton pulls up and gets out of the lane. DJ open. It'll fall. 4-3. Boy, I guess that's the shooter's touch, huh?
Or a kind rim, one or the two. Or both.
If you're shooting it, you say it's the touch.
Or both.
They're working it down low to Wayne. Wayne triple team, kicks it back out to Punk. That's a 2-pointer, and it's good.
Well, good job by Punk. Little ball fake. Got the defender up in the air and stepped in and knocked down a nice basket. 24 for Aurora Christian, U-High at 12.
Nathan Hubbard working baseline. Nothing there. Stanton waits. DJ gets his man in the air. Hits it. That'll count. Hubbard to the line.
Charged the foul to 53. Julian Harold.
Good look to the inside. Stanton, a nice delivery there. Nice fake. Nice ball fake. Gets Harold to commit. Then as Harold's coming back down, Hubbard takes it up, scores the basket, sends DJ Hubbard to the line to look to complete the 3-point play.
Well, since the start of the super sectional, DJ Hubbard has helped out his mates. 28 points in total, 17 rebounds. Look at the scoring average and the balance on this normal U-High team. Counting the super sectional games, Stanton 33, Batumzi 35, Jones 16. As I said, DJ Hubbard 28, Nathan Hubbard 38. Nassinger has chipped in 18 points as well, Graff 12. So everybody scores on this team.
Yeah, it's very balanced. They use a lot of people, and U-High's bench has been a very, very strong factor too. They have a lot of depth.
Punk down low to man. That's his shot, but he won't get it to fall this time. And there's Nathan Thompson.
Nathan Thompson all over the offensive glass. Just a great hustle play, working hard on that offensive board. It's a nice basket, a big basket for his ball club. Aurora Christian back out on top by 12. Good delivery by Punk inside the man right there. Nice square up move. The shot doesn't go, and then you'll see Nathan Thompson come right there, just a little more aggressive. 3 U-High players standing there. Thompson wanted the basketball a little bit more and was able to grab it, stick it back in the hole.
Hands, kiss the glass with his left hand. And there's a timeout on the floor. U-High making a little progress, but Aurora Christian keeping its championship distance. It's a 13-point advantage for that group. We're breaking away. One of your network sponsors is All Sport. Don't forget the three-point showdown is headed your way right down here in Champaign next Saturday as the Class A and AA three-pointers gather here. You can see it on your IHSA television network. Stanton almost lost it out front. Punk giving him some defensive trouble. But Tumsey doesn't take a lot of threes. That's not his shot, but he'll pop from there and he'll hit. Cal Hubbard says Batumsey has found himself in the last 3 weeks, realizing his potential. He's a great soccer player, so you don't have to worry about his footwork.
So Stanton, he also plays soccer.
Basketball coaches love soccer players because they arrive in shape. Out front, P.J. McKinney, no. Ball's coming outside. It looks like a body was thrown out of there wearing a yellow uniform by Aurora Christian. Let's go courtside now. Joe Passion.
Well, while we have a bit of a stoppage in play, time to give Savannah High School band. They are the band of the day here. 68 bands try out for the honor to play here at the state tournament. And yesterday it was Carthage, today it's Savannah. And Director Kim Kovar says the kids are very excited about it. It's their biggest honor ever and their 3rd time here at the tournament. Back to the game in Jim and Greg.
U High in its 2nd championship game since 1992 when they lost to Findlay 61-45. They don't want to go away second best again tonight, but they've started off slowly. Aurora Christian leading by 11. U High with the basketball. This is Stanton, three-pointer, and they're creeping back.
Big basket that time of the sophomore. Stanton, excellent shooter, does a good job running the basketball team, but boy, he's had a great state tournament,
Now that pressure applied by the zone of Cal Hubbard's U High club. Inside, nice catch by Mann, but I think he pushed his man out of the way and he did an offensive foul. Good defense by D.J. Hubbard, who set up in front of him.
Nice defensive play, good weak side help, good call by the official on the play, and Mann picked up his 2nd personal foul. And U High is just kind of chipping away and getting back into the basketball game. They trailed by as many as 15 points, and now they're back within 8, and they've got the basketball.
And they've got 2 minutes left to deal here in the first half from Assembly Hall. Hope you're enjoying this on the IHSA television network. I'm Jim Albrecht, Greg Sterick alongside. Stanton running things. Nathan Hubbard says, out of my way, DJ. I want this shot. He doesn't get what he wants, though. Joe Mann with a rebound. P.J. McKinney up ahead to Nathan Thompson. Thompson yelled for it. It was partially blocked by a hustling Nefsiger. All the way down, but Tumsey tracking it down and saves it. DJ creating and not getting it. It comes out of there, and Thompson high for the rebound. And Hubbard with a foul that his father won't be too glad about.
Batumsey has such great quickness. It's a long lead pass there by Stanton. It's tipped right there. Watch Batumsey. Great save right there. He gets it back to his teammate Stanton. And then, as the play continued, Nathan Hubbard picked up a personal foul. Good look at Jonah Batumsey. Outstanding sophomore for Normal U High.
In basketball, like most sports, Greg Sterick, a matter of fractions of inches. That ball almost went down. Instead, it comes out. But Normal U High gets a foul instead of cutting the lead to 6. But I tell you what, for the way things started, U High's not in all that bad a shape.
Oh, they got to feel pretty good right now.
Stott works it into the middle. If they don't get a shot right away, they may just hang for a while.
Aurora Christian did a good job, though, moving the basketball with good, quick, crisp passes against that tough 1-2-2 zone defense.
There's a long jumper by Punk, and it comes in and out, but Wayne is there. He's spinning. He won't hit it, but Tumsey high for the rebound, and he is fouled from behind. U High in the bonus.
Good look right there at Wayne. Nice spin move. And Batumsey, the good inside position. You see Harold coming over the back. Good inside position that time by Normal U High's Batumsey.
Don't forget, we'll have trophy presentations here at the half. The Ulliman Pioneers taking home another fourth-place trophy, as they did. Well, actually, they did it back in 1964 when all of us were a bit younger, and they took home a second-place trophy in 1989. Potomsi needs to cut the lead, and that's how you do it. I wonder what kind of team U-High is going to have next year. Now, the two seniors, of course, will be gone, but these sophomores, they'll have experience that most seniors have already.
Well, their junior class is supposed to be outstanding, too.
Checking back in is Nathan Thompson for Aurora Christian. Out goes Mr. Mann. I think that's a good move by Don Davidson. He doesn't want his All-Stater to pick up a tick-tacky foul here late. 6-point game. Aurora Christian. They have that look about them that they'll just wait for one unless somebody opens up on a backdoor play. Oh, Punk dribbled it off his foot. And look at that hustle. Jason Graff said, oh, if you don't want to dive after it, I will.
It was just a great hustle play that time by Graff. Really got after the basketball. Punk felt like maybe he was fouled on the play. You'll see it slapped away right there. Watch Graff come in and look. See Punk looking around, and then Graff just hustles after the basketball. A great hustle play that time by Graff.
I don't know if Graff plays soccer, but he should play rugby with that kind of move. 25 seconds left here in the first half. And Aurora Christian trying to shake this U-High D. Ooh, Stott was open. Punk was too. But look at this good passing. They're wasting clock here. Thompson hanging it in.
Nice ball movement. Good ball movement.
They did that to perfection. Potomsi sees a little light along the baseline, but has it blocked by Thompson. And now Nassiger. Yes!
Count it. Count it.
Up three. Jason Nassiger beats the buzzer, and for that great start of Aurora Christian, they still are looking at just a 5-point lead at the break. Let's take a look at it. The block.
Good block by Thompson right there, and then a good kick out there by Thompson right there. Nassiger right there throws up the three.
Hello.
Yes. Nothing but the bottom of the net by Nassiger.
You can't say enough about that kind of momentum going into the locker room. Let's talk with Joe Passion and the coach.
Don and I were just talking about a lot of threes dropping in this game. Did you expect that?
No, not from them. They don't shoot all that many threes, and plus the percentage they're shooting is quite astounding, it seems to me. So I think we got to get out on them, get a hand up on them. It seems like we're dominating the defensive board, but we're not getting many second shots on the offensive board.
All right, Coach, go out and have a great second half. Don Davidson all wrapped up in red as his team leads here at the break of the Class A Boys Basketball Championship game. And we'll be back to Assembly Hall. We'll meet the governor and have that ultimate March Madness finale after this word from one of our network sponsors, the Dairy Farm families of Illinois and Wisconsin. We're back here at the break of this boys Class A basketball championship game from Assembly Hall. The Eagles of Aurora Christian in the locker room with a 5-point lead over Normal U-High's Pioneers. Joe Passion back here with you. And of course, it's been a very exciting game. A lot of perimeter shooting going on, and a lot of perimeter shooting went on in a lot of other great Class A championship games from years past as we've been following along during our half times of the ultimate March Madness computer game that we've been following thanks to Kevin Johnson. Let's go now to Kevin for the championship of the ultimate March Madness.
Two of your classic state champions collide in the Class A Ultimate Madness Tournament Final. 82 Lawrenceville, led by Marty Simmons, versus 85 Chicago Providence St. Mel and Lowell Hamilton. Both teams had to beat some high-powered state champions to get here, but here they are, the best of the best. And now we find out who the ultimate Class A champion is. This time, Marty Simmons wasted little time heating up. He scored 10 points, and the Indians were up by 3 after 1 quarter. But Fernando Bunch led a St. Mel second quarter rally, and the Knights led by 2, 37-35 at the half. Second half, Hamilton and Joe Jackson teamed up for 13 of St. Mel's 22 points in the third period, and the Knights led 59-53. The furious finish when we return after these local messages. With 2 minutes left in the game, Doug Novsik tied it at 68 with a jumper. Ilya McGee drove and put the Knights up by 2 again. Novsik ties it again from long range, 70-70. McGee answers to make it 72-70 St. Mel. Time running down. Marty Simmons, who led the Indians with 25 points, misses a key jumper. And Fernando Bunch closes things out. 85 Providence St. Mel out of Chicago beats 82 Lawrenceville 76-70 to win the Class A Ultimate Madness basketball tournament. For Ultimate Madness, I'm Kevin Johnson.
Well, if your pick was Providence St. Mel, you were right, as you saw by our report. And here with us is Illinois Governor Jim Edgar, a big basketball fan. And I was wondering, who did you think was going to win this?
Oh, I wasn't going to get in the middle of that, but they might have a different opinion in Lawrenceville right now.
That's right. You know, you see these two great teams and two classic styles. You've also seen two great teams out here already. I want to talk about the championship game with you, but on your left, we have Tom Shields, who was the Providence St. Mel coach that year, now with Pontiac High School. And on Tom's left is George Grubbs, the assistant to Ron Felling at Lawrenceville that year. And these guys were sitting here. They were having as much fun with this, probably more so than the real game itself.
Yeah, it's kind of like feeling like you're almost going through it all over again, trying to match up by computers. An ingenious idea, the IHSA, innovative as always, but it's a great honor for Providence St. Mel and the kids that played, and even for Lawrenceville finishing second, and to be singled out with all the great teams that have been down here. We've always tried to represent things well in Illinois. I think we do a great job with the high school basketball and the IHSA, so it's an honor.
George, you and Lawrenceville and Coach Felling did the same thing. This is supposed to be a lot of fun, bringing the memories back.
It was, and I know if Ron were here, he'd like to congratulate Tom and the 1985 St. Mel team. He's not used to losing in championship games, but when you think of all the great talent and the teams that have come through in the last 23 years, it is quite an honor to be among the top two.
Hey guys, congratulations. Thanks for coming out here. And let me sit here and talk with the governor a little bit about, this brings a lot of the great tradition and the great games of past years. You and I a couple of years ago were talking about how it seems like high school basketball is actually on the upswing toward popularity, maybe not on the downswing as some have thought.
Well, I think people forget you now have two great tournaments. Back when I was growing up, you only had one, so you have twice as much to follow and to watch, and you get more schools involved. But, watching high school sports over the last 40 years, it's had its ups and downs. But you get here tonight and you see the enthusiasm of all these fans. I think there's still a lot to be said about high school athletics.
I noticed you two got caught up in the enthusiasm that a lot of the fans here have as well. You and your wife are here and are going to take some IHSA boys basketball tournament T-shirts home with you.
That's right. You always good to get clothing, and they gave us the T-shirts, and they're very nice-looking T-shirts, and I'm sure I'll use them in the morning when I'm on the treadmill.
And we both have our March Madness pins on, so it is interesting how even the merchandising end of it, which of course those monies go to help the schools, just like the state does, and the schools are helping themselves. That's got to make you feel good.
It is, but people love to have those T-shirts and all, and it makes sense that they ought to market March Madness here and help pay the way.
One of the things, too, and I'm sure you've heard the scuttlebutt around here, that, the continuing talk about the possibility of moving the boys and girls basketball tournaments, possibly the boys out of Champaign and maybe to another arena. Because you are a longtime basketball fan, would you like to see it kept here, or would it matter to the game itself?
Well, I'd like to see it kept here because of tradition. I mean, growing up, the goal was always to go to Assembly Hall, go to Champaign, and, I think it's good they do move the state tournaments like tracks at Eastern, footballs at Illinois State, so I think they have moved them around, but there's something in the tradition about getting to go to play in the Assembly Hall. I never got to do that. We always wanted to, but we never were that good. And those that get here, I think it's something they'll never forget.
Now that you've been in such great health recently, do you go out and shoot baskets at all anymore?
Now, I'll stick on my treadmill, play a little tennis once in a while, but even before, when I was in good health, my basketball shooting left a little bit to be desired.
Governor, it's really always great to have you here. Any thoughts here on the second half and who might come out of this game on top?
Well, it's getting closer. Everybody thought this would be a good game. It started off a little lopsided, but it seems it could go right down to the wire like the consolation game did.
Governor Edgar, real pleasure to have you here again. Thank you.
Good to be back.
And we will be back as well with the second half of this Class A championship game. It's a 5-point lead in the locker room for the Eagles, and we'll be back after these local messages.
At the end of the first quarter, Aurora Christian was up by 15, but as you can see, that has dwindled. Let's go to the floor and say hello to you personally. I'm Jim Albrecht along with Greg Sterick. Greg, they did what they had to do, U-High did. They took their time, they didn't panic, they just whittled that lead away.
Well, they continue to chip away at it, but they also warmed up shooting the basketball. They had 3 threes in the second quarter, and that enabled them to really get back in the basketball game. And Aurora Christian, off to such a fast start, they were red hot from three-point range the first quarter, had 5 threes, then they picked up 1 in the second quarter. So really it's been the 3-ball that's been the real factor here.
And at the end of the half, Nafziger, who had not made a three-pointer all year long, buries it. So we're in for quite a second half. Let's roll those highlights in the first half.
Well, there's the 3 going up by Joe Mann from the outside, and a big basket there by Mann to get his Aurora Christian Ball Club off to a great start. Wayne right there beats the buzzer at the end of the first quarter. Nice lean-in jumper, nothing but the bottom of the net that time for Wayne. A nice strip there on the play and back the other way, and you're going to see a nice look there by Stanton, a nice pass to Batumzi. Watch him slip in between 2 defenders, a little dipsy doodle move, and up on the glass for 2. There's a nice pump fake right there by DJ Hubbard, the veteran. He's a senior, got Harrell up in the air, and then he just went right at him and filled up. A great block right there by Thompson, a great save by Batumzi right there, a nice pump fake. Nafziger from the outside, look at the bottom of the net. The young man says, I can shoot a 3, my first 3 of the year.
He had only taken 1 3 attempt before that. Let's look at the numbers at the half, brought to you by DuPont Canopy, the no-till herbicide.
Well, U-High got up to a real slow start shooting the basketball. 1 of their first 11 shots, warmed up 36%, 38% for Aurora. From the free throw line, 60% for Aurora, 71% for U-High. 6 of 17 3-point field goals for Aurora, 35%. 3 of 9 for U-High, 33%. Rebounds about even. Turnover department, 7 for U-High and 5 for Aurora.
And as far as foul trouble is concerned, Greg Sterick, the way I see it, the only man in any foul trouble is the man, Joe Mann. He has 3 for Aurora Christian. That could come into play later in this game.
Well, Mann does have 3 personal fouls, and that could be a factor.
Let's break away right now. We're bringing you the second half after these messages on the IHSA television network.
I'll tell you what, before we take that break, let's talk with Cal so he can get back to coaching the game. And it seems like even though your team's young, they're so resilient, they get behind by as much as 15, they come back. What's the secret and what's going to keep that comeback going?
Well, we played very poorly in the first half. I think we were scared. And hopefully in the second half, we'll play U-High basketball and try to get back in the game.
Will you stay with the perimeter game that started to work for you here in the latter stages?
We're just going to attack them any way we can. Hopefully we can get out and run the break a little bit.
All right, Cal, go get them.
Thanks a lot.
Have a great second half. Cal Hubbard and his ball club trailing by 5. And we'll be back with the second half of the Boys Class A Basketball Championship from Assembly Hall after these local messages.
Both of these teams are set to win a state championship, but you know the rules. Only one gets that big piece of hardware. And right now with the upper hand is the #1 rated Aurora Christian Eagles. They came in tonight at 32-1, and they have a 5-point edge, but U-High has the basketball. Stanton with the basketball, setting up the offense. That is Nathan Hubbard. Same starting 5 for Cal Hubbard with DJ Hubbard. Batumzi with the basketball right now, and at center it's Kevin Jones.
U-High playing with a lot more confidence too. They're back within 5 points after that big basket. You just see the look on the player's face. A lot more confident here to start the third quarter.
Stanton got it. Jeremy Stanton makes it a 2-point ball game. Well, if you were thinking blowout, I guess you're going to have to think again. Aurora Christian from the corner. Man, matches the 3.
7 threes for Aurora Christian. 7 of 18 now from 3-point territory. And Mann now with 9 points on 3 3-pointers.
The record for 3 set here this afternoon by West Pike with 12 in a game. DJ Hubbard hanging out there, but Batumzi gets it back up and in.
Yeah, Jim, didn't he stay with it nicely? Used the glass. Batumzi on the inside, and boy, he's just got springs in those legs. He's a great jumper on the inside for only 5'9".
And now an Overling back call. Well, speaking of the 3s and records, Aurora Christian now is just 1 away from tying the tournament record for 3 set by Carlisle with 27 back in 1989. We're talking all 4 games starting with the super sectional. They'll probably break the record, but the record is secondary here tonight. In trouble is DJ Hubbard, so he gets it right back up top. U-High down by 3, and suddenly...
Nice defensive play that time by Punk, able to strip the ball from Batumzi.
Well, there's an errant pass, and he nailed our cameraman. Our cameraman was following the action, and that ball hit him right in the belly button.
It looks okay. It looks okay.
I'm okay.
He says, I'm all right.
I think that's one of those Richard Simmons weight loss programs, isn't it? You beat your stomach with a basketball until it reduces. And now a whistle and a turnover. Now that is not what Cal Hubbard wants. He had a chance to tie the game with a 3 or cut it to 1, but 2 trips down the floor have come up empty. I've seen everything now. Unless, of course, an errant pass hits the color man. Now, I haven't seen that yet.
Well, I just hope I'm watching so I can catch it. He had to be following the basketball, too, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Aurora Christian working it around the outside. They like to live on the perimeter. Man couldn't get it, but he hustles after his own miss.
Those shots from three-point range, a lot of them are long rebounds, and a good job there by Man going after the basketball, and then McKinney turns over the basketball, a dribbling violation on the play.
You bring up a good point. It's hard to defense the three-pointer as far as rebounds are concerned because they have such long rebounds come off.
Have a tendency to be long rebounds, and that's why you see a three-point shooter a lot of times able to follow his shot because he can usually tell where that basketball is going to go as it comes off the rim if it doesn't go in.
Well, U-High with their 3rd trip down, trailing by 3. Let's see if the 3rd time's a charm. Stanton spotting DJ Hubbard. That's going to be off the mark, and it comes down to Nathan Thompson and Aurora Christian, who ended the first quarter with a 19-4 lead. Thompson will press the issue and bang home 2.
Well, Thompson's having a nice ball. Thompson now with 9 points on 3 of 7 shooting.
Stanton kicks it out to Batumzi. He's open from 16. That's way off the mark. And suddenly, U-High, which seemed to have the momentum, has gone cold in the last 2 minutes. They've missed 2 shots and turned it over twice. And Aurora Christian would like to burn him with a 3 here. And here's the attempt by Punk. In and out. Rebound loose underneath, and a foul by Batumzi, who says, I was just fighting for the ball. I am not guilty, but that's not the way it'll go on the board.
Now Batumzi's going to get the foul, but Wayne's so strong on the inside. He's a 6'4", about 200 pounds. He just moved him out of the way.
Well, Batumzi will take a seat. It was only his first foul, but we've got a timeout on the floor. Cal Hubbard will talk to his troops, and Don Davidson will do likewise. It's a 5-point ball game. One of your network sponsors is Ford.
Nice replay here, a nice look. Let's see how Ron, the cameraman, does on this play the second time around. Oh, no, not much better.
Oh! Oh! We are back in action on the floor. Harrell into the ball game, going up, and he won't hit it, and the rebound comes down to DJ Hubbard. U-High trailing by 5. Started off this half very nicely with a 3-pointer, but has seen their offense cool since, and now another turnover. Man leads the break. It's knocked away from behind and into the stands and the fans. Goes number 13. That is Kurt Olson.
Now let's go to Joe Passion. Joe, where are you?
Well, down here in the corner as we're watching the things that are happening out here on the court, and want to talk a little bit too about that red jacket. The red jacket on the left with the Cardinals, they're the cheerleaders from the game, and all the cheerleaders, they're holding up the schoolmate credit card, and the credit card is a new part of a licensing agreement the IHSA has with the Magna Group. Bob Leiniger talking about how you can actually apply for this credit card at any school and then determine what percentage of the dollar comes out of that credit card of your purchases toward your choice of schools. Another great way to help schools throughout the state of Illinois.
Thanks a lot, Joe. 4:15 remaining here in quarter number 3. As Hubbard drives baseline, and he'll collect a personal foul because Aurora Christian could not stop his progress. Well, he takes to that baseline in a hurry. Then he got a quick first step.
Good quick first step. Aurora Christian was beaten there and really didn't get any good weak side help, and Wayne picked up the personal foul.
Defense is now the tone of this ball game. Not a lot happening on the offensive side of things. Up Up and in, though, is Jason Graff, and it's a three-point ball game again.
Nice ball movement. DJ Hubbard, a nice look that time. Graff was spotted up and knocked down the jumper. Three-point game, Aurora Christian at 34 and U High at 31.
Graff, Olson, and Nafziger are off the bench and in the ball game for Hubbard. Long jumper is home for who else? Nathan Thompson, who hit some big ones against Allman this afternoon.
He's having a great ball game. He shoots 42% from three-point range on the year. And Thompson now with 12 points for his ball club.
And that ties the record for team three-pointers in the four-game state tournament. Olson, that's going to be short. And Harrell comes up with a rebound. Olson shoots a few three-pointers during the course of the season, 77 before that shot, but he never had a line on that one.
Well, Thompson really has had a banner year his senior year. He's got a scoring average up to 12 per ball game, but they're so balanced you just don't hear much about him, but he's a tremendous basketball player.
Yeah, you hear a lot about man, and rightly so. That's him with the basketball now in the corner as they just work it around and try to get free on this zone. The key to working against the zone is good ball movement.
And patience.
Thompson up top, got it. Check it, make it man, check it, make it Joe man. They were patient, you're right.
9 of 22 now from three-point range for Aurora Christian.
And U High has to answer. They'll go to the free throw line and try to cut the deficit to 7. Boy, it looked like U High had all the momentum going, and then they simply went cold. Let's check on that injured cameraman with Joe Passion.
Well, we just want to give an update to all those who are concerned about our cameraman, Ron Bruick, that he survived that sleight of hand pass earlier and seems to be smiling. I think he's going to be back in the ball game anytime soon, and just want to tell his wife he'll be fine at home tomorrow. Back to you, Jim and Greg.
Was it Casey Stengel who said, "Hey, cameraman, keep your eye on the ball"? I don't know who it was, but he'll do it the next time. 1 of 2 at the line for Hubbard, and it's an 8-point ball game. The pace of this game has really slowed, hasn't it, Greg?
Sure has. Here in the third quarter, both ball clubs a lot more patient on the offensive end unless they're shooting threes. If the three comes available, the first one that's available, they put it up.
Man missed on that attempt, but Thompson hustling for the rebound. And again, we mentioned that long rebound. It's very tough to defend. If you're one of the interior defenders, of course, you want to screen off, but if that thing bounces out 15, 17 feet, you can't do anything about it. And many times the offense on the perimeter can see where it's going better than you can.
A lot of times the shot goes up so quick, the other 4 players on the floor really don't have time to get any kind of a position on the offensive boards.
DJ Hubbard checking out.
The U High fouls on 15. Jason Graff is third. Team foul 3 on the Pioneers.
Graff picked up the personal foul on the play, and it's going to be Aurora Christian's basketball underneath their own basket.
Matt McClintock has checked in wearing number 45 for U High. Matt McClintock. We haven't seen him in the game up until this point. Again, the zone, and again, the work. And again, not the result for Aurora Christian, as the basket stays closed for both of these teams here. Stanton in a hurry. Oh, he finds a cutting Nafziger, but he couldn't hang on to the pass. It was a little low, a little below the knee, and he couldn't go down and get it.
But it's a good look. Nafziger, a good job running the floor, and the pass was there. He just couldn't find the handle. But I like the way U High was pushing the ball up, trying to get an easy one before that D was set by Aurora Christian.
Nathan Thompson hitting the deck hard. Man wants the basketball. He knows what to do with it when he gets it. Inside Thompson, won't go. Rebound, it's Wayne.
Nice board work that time by Josh Wayne all over the offensive glass. Wayne averages 9 rebounds per ball game. A big rebound there, nice stick back, a 10-point lead for Aurora Christian.
Hubbard, nice shot.
Real tough shot that time. A leaner on the baseline, and boy, U High needed a basket. Nathan Hubbard delivered.
They trail by 8. Harrell in the corner with a nice drop pass. That'll free somebody open, and that's man in and out and in again.
Nice ball movement there. Punk, a real nice delivery of a pass got it to man as he was in rhythm to shoot the three, and then he knocked down a big three-pointer.
That's a new record for Class A title games as far as the three is concerned. Knapsinger answers with 2 at the other end. In the middle. Hold for one. The way they shoot, I think it's just a matter of taking it if you got it. Number 3. Wayne says, I don't have it. Punk says, I do.
Well, see, they're just picking that defense apart. They're doing a good job moving the basketball. As that defense collapses back in, and those shooters are just spotting up. Man, Punk, and Thompson, they're just having a field day from three-point range. That's 11 of 25 three-point field goals.
That's hard to stop. A tough shot there by Nathan Hubbard, and he'll go to the free throw line. Suddenly, it's a 12-point Aurora Christian lead.
5 threes for Aurora Christian here in the third quarter.
51, Josh Wayne, that's his third.
Yeah, they started off hot in the first quarter, and now the third quarter is kind of a carbon copy. They have 10 in the game, as we mentioned, and that is make it 11. That's a new record. Rock Island Alleman had 9 back in 1989 against Carlisle in a game, and many of those came late in the game when they were trying to dissolve a large lead by Carlisle. They cut into it, Alleman did, but couldn't quite catch up to the state champions. Hubbard will get it to fall, and of course, Aurora Christian still has plenty of time left to get off another 3 with about 7.5 seconds left.
And there's still a lot of time left in this basketball game. We got another quarter of basketball you have to play, so UI just needs to continue to be patient and chip away and get back into the basketball game. It's just a 10-point ball game.
Eric Schliff in the ball game, number 23 for U-High in these final seconds of the third quarter. Harrell inbound. Punk can't free himself. Now Harrell will have to, well, he's going to turn it over before he can fire. And it'll be U-High with the last attempt here in the third quarter. Ben Davidson watching the action, or I should say Don. I think Ben played NFL football, didn't he? 2 seconds, 1, here's the shot by Stanton. It won't go, but it would have counted, and that's the end of the third quarter. It's a 10-point margin. Aurora Christian builds on their lead with 1 quarter left to play to decide the Class A state championship. We'll return after these local messages.
Well, as we go into the fourth quarter, it's a 10-point lead for Coach Don Davidson and his Eagles. Now, that red jacket, a very important jacket. He says he's not a flashy guy, almost feels a little bit humble and embarrassed by wearing it today. The school colors, of course, of the Eagles, but his wife insisted, and a good husband does what a good wife likes to. And I know Jim and Greg know that. Back to the fourth quarter.
Well, Joe, obviously, he snuck into your wardrobe again, huh? 10-point lead, U-High trying to cut into it. Man was on his way up and simply lost the ball behind him. Nobody touched that for U-High.
Oh, he just lost it there when he went up to shoot the basketball. His hands were slick and the ball just slipped out of his hands.
McClintock still in the game for U-High. He wears number 45. This is Stanton with the basketball. Batumzi is back trying to find a cutter, but Hubbard wasn't open. It's taken away by P.J. McKinney.
And Thompson kept it alive, slapped it away, and back the other way. Stanton with the reach on the play, and Stanton's going to pick up the personal foul.
U-High foul on number 11, Jeremy Stanton. That's his first.
That's only 1 on Mr. Stanton as you look at Cal Hubbard. You know, it's hard to come down here like Hubbard did and finish second. Of course, you always want to win every game. But then, I mean, you know what that feels like. When you're back again, you don't want that feeling again. Don Davidson does not know the feeling. He has finished 4th. Punk with a big 3.
Another big 3.
And now U-High's getting into that trouble area. They're down by 13.
Aurora Christian's just so balanced, Jim. All of them can just shoot the basketball so well. They're all threats offensively.
The 3 got him to state, and now it may win him state. Neil Hubbard, tough shot. It'll not go down. One of the Aurora Christian players went down hoping to draw the charge, but Wayne will be charged with a foul instead.
Didn't get there in time. It was a block, and he didn't get set in time to take the charge.
Boy, I keep seeing Wayne this afternoon.
It's his 4th personal foul, too, Jim, right there. See, the offensive man was able to slide away from the defensive man, but boy, that's a tough call right there. It looked like he might have been set on that play, and that's his 4th personal foul. He's going to have to check out, and Julian Harrell checks into the ball game. And Harrell also another one of those, he's a junior, but gets a lot of playing time, and in the 2 games here has had 17 total points.
I keep seeing Wayne take that pass with 7 seconds left and just drive and stop and hit that 9-footer on the fly to beat Alleman with 2 seconds left to go this afternoon and get him to the state championship game. And sometimes that's the only difference between who wins state, one shot at the end. I know Pioneer fans are thinking, you know, we could be out here right now, but that's not the way it fell. An 11-point contest. Aurora Christian in no hurry. There's a bad pass, but Harold did a nice job just tipping it back out to P.J. McKinney. McKinney won't fire from there unless he's wide open. Punk will fire at will. That's high in the air, and going up for it is Jones, and here comes U-High with a much-needed opportunity in the middle. But Tumsey's open, floating, and hitting.
Well, he does a good job. A quick move, a great first step, just glides away from the defensive man, and soft touch up on the glass for 2, and it's a 9-point lead for Aurora Christian.
It almost looks like he's changing directions in midair, but that's not the case. Jones read that pass, stepped in the lane. We got a man open at the other end. Hubbard got it out.
And Aurora Christian didn't do a good job running the floor. Just didn't get back. Hubbard just outran everybody and got a nice, easy basket.
Nathan Hubbard cuts it to 7. What Cal Hubbard for U-High doesn't want to see right now is exactly what Don Davidson wants to see. A tray. Inside man, 8-footer won't fall, but he'll go to the free throw line. It looked like Jones got a hand on him. Kevin Jones, another one of those talented sophomores for U-High.
U-High fouls on 43, Kevin Jones, that's his 3rd.
Man, of course, had that horrible super sectional game because, I mean, here's an all-stater. I mean, when it's on the line, he's usually there, but it proved how balanced Aurora Christian was. He hit 1 of 11, but still they won it.
Well, a great steal that time by Kevin Jones. Gets the ball to Stanton in a quick look, and you'll see Hubbard come right into your living room there, and he lays it in for a nice 2-pointer.
Man's got an unusual free throw technique. It kind of hitches up there on top. Get a good look at it with our slam cam. That one's in and out, and it's tipped out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by U-High. Harrell was there with a hand. U-High had a hand. And they'll get the basketball. .52-44 our score. The lead belongs to the men in red. Punk has cooled a bit from the outside. Wayne has it tapped away from behind. In a hurry is Stanton all the way down. Yeah! Big defensive play.
Well, a great slap away by Hubbard and back the other way. Stanton very strong. Took it strong to the glass, and it's a 6-point ball game. Plenty of time. 5:20 left here in the final stanza of play.
U-High doesn't want to see a 3. Thompson does and doesn't get it. But Tumsey in a hurry. Will he slow? No, he looks for Stanton. And Stanton waits for the troops. Up top, Hubbard. DJ, nothing there. Somebody's open. It's Nathan. He puts it up. He doesn't get it. Tipped up and in by Jones.
Well, Jones all over the offensive glass. Great inside position. Worked hard to get inside. And Kevin Jones, the left-hander, got it up on the glass for a nice basket.
It wasn't all that long ago that Aurora Christian led by a dozen. Now it's down to 4. As we go down to the wire for the state championship, man was bothered on that shot by Stanton. But Tumsey, look out, don't give him a lane. But Tumsey goes up and he's fouled.
Well, great body control. Tumsey has a knack for able to slide between defenders and taking it strong to the glass. And U-High's outscored Aurora. They're really on a run right now, Jim.
We're breaking away. We're going to go down to the wire for the Class A State Championship. One of your network sponsors is DuPont. If you want to catch up, you got to bang the glass, Greg Sterrick.
Well, Hubbard, a nice baseline drive there. A little ball fake there. The shot goes up. But look at 43. Kevin Jones working hard on that offensive glass. Gets a nice stick back, and it's a 10-1 run by Normal U-High, and they're back to within 4 points. Aurora Christian at 52, Normal U-High at 48. But a great run by U-High, and they're going to have an opportunity to cut into that lead with Batumsey at the line to shoot 2.
And he's a pretty good free throw shooter at 77% on the year, but those statistics tend to lie a little bit late in a championship game. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down. This goes down as this percentage goes up.
Tumsey with 11 points.
Does Jonah have them both? Yes, he does. And it's a 2-point ball game at Assembly Hall. Harrell looking for somebody. Finally gets it into Wayne, who did a nice job coming up to help out. Well, you know what Aurora Christian's looking for. Either Wayne down low on the baseline or man or Punk outside. And don't forget about Thompson. He, too, can nail the three. They'll take their time, but they don't want to kill their own momentum. They don't want to hang on too long. Ooh, a dangerous pass, and Punk went up high to get it. Thompson, big shot, not there. Rebound, Harrell. He had it knocked away by Batumzi, and it's a jump ball, and it belongs to U-High. Batumzi didn't leave his feet. He just slapped that thing away.
Well, this quarter is a game of runs, isn't it? Aurora Christian had a big run in the third quarter, and now to start the fourth period, it's been all U-High. They once trailed by 13 at 51-38. Now they're back within 2 at 52 for Aurora Christian and 50 for U-High.
Will the Pioneers tie it up? Stanton hanging. We are tied. .345 remaining in regulation, and I guess we should add that. OT obviously not out of the question. U-High trying to move that zone and stop the three.
Yeah, the zone's much more active right now. Much more active. They're really getting out, checking the shooters to stop that three-point shot.
Don't forget, man can give that head fake and drive as well. Not that time.
See, everything's on the perimeter. There's nothing on the inside. They just can't get it inside to Wayne.
There he is. He's open. He goes up, and he will go to the free throw line.
Nice play right there. They had to get something on the inside. Had to go inside. Wayne was active in there. Nice delivery by Punk, and Josh Wayne should go to the line to shoot free throws. And on the year, he's been a good free throw shooter. Jones with the personal foul. A good look there to sophomore Kevin Jones for U-High.
Wayne's having a great tournament. Already 46 points in the 4 games. And we've got a timeout. We're tied at 52s. Free throws coming up after this from one of your network sponsors, Country Companies. Watch this touch. This is only a sophomore, Greg Sterrick.
Well, he plays much more like a seasoned veteran there. Stanton just takes matters in his own hands. A nice drive, and off the shot, gets it up on the rim, and the basket by Jeremy Stanton tied the ball game at 52 all, and now it's Josh Wayne at the line for Aurora Christian.
Got the roll. There's Josh Wayne's mom and dad. Now, you see, parents never look like they're enjoying the game. They always look like they're in pain. Now they're a little bit happier. Well, at least mom's clapping. You know what dad's thinking. Come on, son. We're 3 minutes and 10 seconds away from a state championship. Stanton out in the corner. As they set up that offense again, they'll just back it up and restart. All this pressure on the line, but you couldn't tell it by looking at these young men, could you, Greg?
A little surprised U-High's really spread the floor. I think it's time they got into some kind of an offensive set right here.
Both Hubbards out there, Nathan and DJ. Along with Stanton at the guard and Kevin Jones the center and Batumzi.
See, I like what Aurora Christian's doing. They're just dropping back, not putting a whole lot of pressure, trying to protect so they don't get beat on some kind of a drive.
Well, why not drop back? You're up by 2.
Sure.
Oh, and there's a bad pass, but hustling after it is Stanton. Almost to turn over. Batumzi, he loves that baseline, but he won't get much room because man's there now. Well, U-High can't seem to find an alley or a crease to attack right now.
Aurora Christian just backing off, though. What they want to do is take away the penetration drive, and they've done that. They've taken away the penetration.
Stanton can't shake free. Batumzi goes baseline. Hubbard slashing, not hitting, rebound. Nicely done, but will it be a foul on Aurora Christian? Yes, it will. Wayne is that Wayne's 5th?
I think they're going to get Wayne for the personal foul. I think it is going to be called on Josh Wayne.
He was in the middle of that.
Over the back. See, Hubbard, a nice ball fake. Thompson bought it right there, and then he slipped in between Thompson and also Wayne, and Wayne's going to check out with 5 personal fouls, and Josh Wayne, a good basketball game for Wayne. He had 9 points as he fouls out with 1:45 left to go in the ball game. what you do by getting Wayne out of the basketball game when he's on the bench there. Good look at Josh Wayne as he fouls out with his 9 points is where he gives you that lift is on the backboards. He really goes to work for you, and he's really aggressive on the glass. And if you need somebody to put back a shot, it might be a Josh Wayne.
Attendance for the Class A tournament, counting all 4 sessions, just under 44,000 folks.
Pressure free throw right there by the senior Nathan Hubbard.
The coach's son playing what could be his last minute and 45. Our last overtime game in the Class A tournament was 5 years ago, back in 1990, and maybe we'll repeat tonight. We're tied again at 54. P.J. McKinney back into the ball game after Wayne fouled out. Now they won't have anybody to go down low to except Harrell. But they don't necessarily have to work the ball inside. If you've seen most of this game, you know that. Pump, in and out, rebound fought for. Coming out of there with it is U-High as Hubbard just walked up and picked it off the deck after 3 men went up for it and couldn't control. Let's see how Cal Hubbard wants to play it. I think he'll spread it.
Well, I think so too. It wouldn't surprise me at all to see U-High take the final shot of this basketball game. A minute left to go in the ball game, and they're just spreading the floor. By spreading the floor like that, it just gives Stanton some operating room, but they want to run that clock down, and don't be surprised at all, Jim, if they don't take the final shot of this basketball game.
And they may also, another option, run it down to about 10, call the timeout, set up the play.
But they're still wanting to take the final shot of the game. I mean, that's why they're running the clock right here. They got it down to 40 seconds now.
Aurora Christian fans are saying, no, not this. We want the basketball back.
The Normals only had 1 lead in this entire basketball game, and they led 2-0 to start the ball game.
And, of course, you can't foul out front. Punk's got to be very careful, as does Thompson. Now they'll go after it. You see the clock in the bottom right corner of your screen.
Well, you just got to match up right now. You just got to match up with Aurora Christian. You can't foul, and you got to take away the drive.
Here we go. Just like last year, when Pinckneyville won in the final second. It's Batumzi over to Jones.
Great pass, Batumzi. A great pass to Jones, and Jones gets the basket.
Kevin Jones was open on the right side of the basket. Batumzi forced the issue, drew the defender, zipped it across the lane. That was too easy. We're breaking away. 1 minute, or I should say 1 second, left in this ball game. 1.4 to be exact, back in 1 minute. After this, Normal U-High held on for 1 minute, and they got this.
Well, Stanton set it up. A great pass to Batumzi. A great look. Batumzi with the assist. The sophomore Kevin Jones slips in, knocks down the basket, gives U-High a 56-54 lead.
And they haven't led all that many times in this basketball game.
Just the second time, Jim. They scored the first basket of the ball game, so it's only their second lead in the basketball game. And gosh, what a great pass. The 2 sophomores set it up. Stanton ran the ball club, kicked it to Batumzi, and Jones slipped in, and the kiss off the glass. A great play.
Call it deja vu, but last year Shane Hawkins for Pinckneyville found Ryan Bruns on a similar pass, didn't he? Let's go into Don Davidson's huddle and listen in. Well, right now you're talking about what the Alderman Pioneers had to contend with this afternoon. A long shot. Here's Cal Hubbard.
All we have to do is time our jumps. Everybody just match up on somebody. Just get the basketball. Get the ball. Right? Get the ball. Let's go.
1.4 seconds away from a state championship. What a comeback. They were down 19-4. There's Cal Hubbard's wife. She says, please, 1.4 seconds. But hey, don't count anything out. This team can shoot from the outside. They're going to pick, and they're going to try to free up man on a baseball pass. And it's stolen.
Kevin Jones makes a great defensive play.
And U-High.
What a play by Kevin Jones. The basket and the great defensive play.
Well, it's fitting. Defense got him here, and defense finishes it off, Greg Sterling.
A great defensive basketball team. Kevin Jones makes a great defensive play to close the game. but the basket, he gets the basket winner. U-High, what a comeback. Trailed by the score of 51-38, trailed by 13 points. Trailed early in the ball game, fell way behind early in the ball game, and a great victory, a great championship game. Dick, 2 years in a row. Excuse me, Jim, I'm shook up.
Hey,
who am I working with this
There's
game?
a whole lot of people excited right now. And again, let's look at these fans here. First of all, for U-High, they're going to be partying the first ever basketball championship at that school. And Aurora Christian, of course, they got to be heartbroken because they had the basketball. Well, they had that big lead in the third quarter by 13, but they had the basketball with a minute left. As a matter of fact, that fourth quarter deficit was 13 early in the fourth.
Yeah, they just couldn't protect that lead. They led by 13 points, and they led at 51-38. They just couldn't protect the lead, and a great defensive play to close the ball game. Kevin Jones, a very happy sophomore. You can see they want to go with a long baseball pass. Thompson goes back to throw it. Watch how high Kevin Jones gets up. Goes like he's playing up on the net in a volleyball game. Throws those big arms up. A great play, and you can see how happy he is. A great defensive play, and U-High is the state champion.
And of course, the play was set up at the other end of the court for dual picks. They were trying to free up either Mann or Thompson, and of course the man passing the ball in, he could have run along the baseline because they had called timeout after the basket. Let's go to Joe Passion and let's join the celebration. Joe?
All right, well, down here they are indeed celebrating in plenty, especially for the 4 seniors like Nathan Hubbard, finished with 15 points tonight, a dramatic finish. Tell me a little bit about the last play that went into Jones. A lot of passing, you guys held the ball, and it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, we decided we're home for one shot. We're initially going baseline where I get the ball and come underneath a double screen, but they switched out on it, and Jeremy did a good job of getting the ball to Jonah, and Jonah found Kevin Jones, who was wide open for a layup.
Was that what your dad was thinking about, is wanting to get the ball inside rather than hoping for a good outside shot?
Well, our end of the quarter and end of the halftime plays are one of the wings coming underneath this double screen on the baseline and let them create whatever they can.
Before you talked to your dad about the great game. Tell us about Eric, your cousin, the wristbands that the seniors have worn this year.
Yeah, this really means a lot to us because we've been playing our whole basketball career for Eric, who's DJ's brother, and he died of cancer a couple years ago. And just hope he's happy now.
I think he is. Nathan, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Nathan Hubbard, very happy, certainly. And we'll be back with the presentation of the awards and more of our post-game festivities here from Assembly Hall after these messages.
U-High continues to celebrate the school's first ever basketball championship. It took Cal Hubbard but 6 years to get it done. He's won a lot of games, but none bigger, Greg Sterick, and you have to marvel at the comeback. Down by 13 early in the fourth quarter, and a couple of people charged that comeback. I have to go back to Jonah Batumzi. I mean, he forced a couple of issues, and obviously he was in on the game-winning play as well.
Well, Batumzi's just an outstanding sophomore. I think you look at Jeremy Stanton also, the way he was able to run the basketball team. But Normal U-High is a very balanced basketball team. Nathan Hubbard, the senior, hit some big free throws to tie the ball game up also, Jim. So it's just a very balanced attack. And you look down in terms of Normal University High, it's strictly a team concept. Their team unity is just fantastic, and a great effort by Cal Hubbard this year. A tremendous basketball team, and I congratulate them on being the state champion this year.
Here's how the #1 team in the state, Aurora Christian, lost this ball game in the final seconds. Our American Dairy play of the game brought to you by the dairy farm families of Wisconsin and Illinois. Milk, help yourself.
Well, Stanton, a good job taking care of the basketball. Great delivery there. Watch Batumzi, his head up right there. And there's the look inside as Kevin Jones slips behind the defense, and Jones gets the game winner basket. There's Stanton. See his heads up. Yep. Great headsy play right there to the sophomore Batumzi, and what a pass right there. Jones is right there, gets the easy bucket on the inside, and that was the game winner as Kevin Jones scores it, and Normal U-High wins the state championship.
And we talk about ball movement. None more evident than that, because that pass from Stanton went to Batumzi. 2 men came over, and he just zipped it over to the game winner, and Kevin Jones. There's our player of the game. It's a Hubbard.
Yeah, the Mountain Dew player of the game. It's Nathan Hubbard. It's the coach's son. He had 15 points, 7 rebounds. He was 9 of 10 from the line and hit 2 big free throws with his ball club, trailing by 2 at 54-52. He calmly went to that charity stripe and knotted the ball game at 54 all.
Greg, this is beginning to get to be old hat for us. Last second shots, that's 2 in a row. Last year Pinckneyville won it. This year U-High goes home with numero uno in the state. We'll return and wrap up things from Assembly Hall after these local messages. It's time to check out our DeKalb Genetics Scholar Athlete of the game, and it is Josh Wayne, who played a big part in this game. He did foul out. He has a grade point average of 4.019. His class rank is number 1. His parents, John and Vicky, have to be pretty proud of that. We also have another DeKalb Genetics Scholar Athlete Award to hand out. Eric Slip.
Number 11, Jeremy Stanton.
Edna and Linda Slip are his parents. I'm sorry, I'm just being handed this as we speak. He ranks number 1 Pantograph Student of the Month nominee, Hugh O'Brien Youth Leader. He belongs to 4-H. He's not quite sure where he's going to go to college, maybe the University of Illinois, possibly Northwestern University, or maybe even Illinois Wesleyan University, but he'll take a good head with him wherever he goes. Again, Josh Wayne from Aurora Christian and Eric Slip from Normal U-High. Our DeKalb Scholar Athletes have been brought to you by DeKalb Genetics and your local DeKalb dealer. I mentioned Wayne, and when he fouled out with a few minutes left to go in the game, Greg Sterk, turned out to be a big moment, because when they came down, when Aurora Christian came down with the game tied, they had nobody to go inside to, really.
Yeah, they really didn't have any type of a threat on the inside. Harrell was on the inside, but they were really looking to shoot that 3-ball from the outside, and the 3-ball was very good to them. They had 12 threes in the contest, but you really needed that threat still on the inside. You needed somebody that could work the glass, and a couple threes didn't fall, and it was a big victory for Normal U-High.
We don't have the record book, but I'm assuming that's the first time someone has won a state championship starting 3 sophomores. Let's go find Joe Passion. Well, while we find Joe, let's listen in on the award presentation.
Andy Matthews. Number 55, Jason Nafziger. Student trainer, Jeremy Selski. And student assistant, Jason Sefner. Those are the pioneers of University High School. And now for the trophy presentations, will Coach Don Davidson and the captains of Aurora Christian please step forward to receive the second place trophy. And there it is. Congratulations to Aurora Christian, this year's second place finisher in Class A. And now will head coach Cal Hubbard and the captains of Normal U-High please step forward to receive the state championship trophy. Congratulations to the Pioneers. This year's state champion in Class A.
Well, it was a great trophy and a great win, and it seems like, guys, we've seen some really close games in the last couple of years. And right here at this tournament in Class A last week, the girls saw a close game last year. Pinckneyville put in a last-second shot, and again, the dramatics continue. You're very familiar having your old high school days from Marion, so you know the excitement these kids are feeling. Can you give us a little bit of an insight to that, Greg?
Well, Joe, I had an opportunity to play in the state tournament. It was one of the biggest thrills of my life to have the opportunity to play here in the Assembly Hall, and I know it's the same for these young men that had the opportunity to play in the tournament. This was a great championship game, folks. Normal U High wins it on a last-second shot. It was an uphill battle. They trailed by 13 points in the fourth quarter, but it's a great win for Normal U High.
You know, Jim, in both cases, Aurora Christian and Normal U High had to battle back in all their tournament games here at this floor, and yet they came out victorious. Aurora Christian 2 points short in this last game.
Yeah, Normal High had to climb 2 hills tonight. They were down in the first quarter, they were down in the fourth quarter. The hill is climbed. The championship is definitely won, and if we have another last-second shot next year, I'll be 82 when I leave the hall.
It could be a while. We'll probably still be here, and we'll still have the exciting traditional games that you see here every year, seemingly, at Assembly Hall. And of course, we'll be back next week with the AA finals. But again, I want to thank our great game analyst here, the former SIU and Marion High School star, Greg Sterick, another stellar job again. And of course, Jim Albrecht and our buddy Dick Ludke for all their great coverage here, along with the camera crew, especially Ron, who we hope is going to be in great shape in time for the AA tournament.
You know, it's the first time I ever saw a cameraman get a game ball. I mean, get a game ball.
He certainly did.
First time I've ever had to have a replay like that, too, fellas. But it was a great state tournament.
It certainly was, and great crowds, averaging over 11,000 per session. So the popularity in high school basketball continues. Guys, again, thanks very much for Greg Sterick, Dick Ludke, and Jim Albrecht, our director, and everybody else here. I'm Joe Passion. Hope you enjoyed America's original March Madness. We leave you with some highlights, some poetry, some great music, all like you saw here on the basketball floor. So long, everyone.
Get it to him. They get it to Wayne instead. He drives. He hits. He hits with 2 seconds left. 1.2 seconds left. Batumzi over to Jones.
Great pass, Batumzi. A great pass to Jones, and Jones gets the basket.